Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we as the Bears get set to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. Carson, the first down and more. Trucks over him. And finally taken down at the 34. 41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there. They snapped that at 1. Now it's Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. That's complete to John Ross. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. This is Carson. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow, first down. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They run it with Carson, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Now it's Carson, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
And a quick throw here, that's complete. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And he missed it. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Waiting. Watch the pass. Check 15. Check 15. Alert. Hey, give me your radar. Check. Crunch.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, check Mike 40 got.
A give running right is Chubb. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They toss it left side to Chubb. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Next, receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Right there. 21. Here we go. Keep moving.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's got room. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 62 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
From the red zone now, Stafford. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Jalen darted. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
They will throw on first down with Burrow. A pass underneath for Carson. And he'll get it down here to the 43. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
On one, right? 56, right there. 56.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Now a toss play. It's Carson. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
And as a running back, you've got to be saying, where did he come from? He covered a lot of ground in a short amount of time, and he was able to stop his man before he got back to the line of scrimmage.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a 2nd one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in this 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now. And
this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Nick Chubb saw his role kind of diminish in the passing game last year. His receptions went down from 36 to just 16, but let's be fair about this. He missed some time with a knee injury, and he also had Kareem Hunt in the backfield, who absorbed a lot of catches along the way. He's more than capable of adding to their passing game.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Play action. Stafford. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd and 12. Stafford. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Like that, lady. I got you. I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine, baby. It's coming. Double up. It's coming. Double up. Hey, lady. 54 Mike. You got nothing today.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Nick Chubb, his first touchdown of the new season as the Bears push further out in front. Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. It is fielded right at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 to score as they regroup with 1st and 10. Now he dumps this off over the middle. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow, flush to his right. Over the middle, complete. That's Carson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson. And, oh, a little spin cycle. Room to run now. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. And this defense going to bring out a couple extra DBs here on 3rd and a yard. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Monty Hooker. And the Bears are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Flushed out right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford fights through, and now a crease. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. And Zerline's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. Certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 123 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. They run it again with Chubb. And some room to run now. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Stafford on 1st down. And that's complete to Shepard. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
We may be looking at the scoreboard. This offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Traquan Smith there to make the grab. And the Bears take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Zerline now for the PAT. And the lead is now 24. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing, and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll toss it out to Carson. Joe Schobert, number 4 in the NFL in tackles last year, in to make the stop. Burrow now off the bootleg. Open man is Ross, complete. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had the incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Burrow looking to pass. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having, because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps, to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
32.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This is Smith with a grab. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Chubb will get the call running left. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Locates his man near the sideline. That's Shepard. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll give it to Chubb. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears add on. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Around the NFL, they've gone to the 3rd in Cleveland. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Shed fighting through, and he's got space. There he goes, right side. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Chubb. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I just wonder if before that last play, if someone on the defense stepped in the huddle and said, we've been run over, run around, run through all game long. Can we come up with one stop right here? And on that play, they did.
Chubb again. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
53, ready.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
There have not been a lot of great moments for this defense throughout this game. Finally, they have one they can hang their hat on. A nice stop there.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
After the made field goal, Zerline back out there now to send this one away.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Going deep downfield for Ross. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross, 87 yards. And the Bengals are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. And Burrow's going to look to throw for it. Eluding the pressure right. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. So the signal caller doing it himself there on the 2-point try.
You got to like that. We always talk about the ball staying in the hands of the best players, but most of the time you want to get it to a back, pitch it to a wide receiver. In this case, the quarterback did it himself. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it's just... It just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 42. Handoff comes to Chubb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 151 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. It's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. They'll fake it. Now Stafford.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by the rookie Eric Stokes. And the Bengals will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guy?
Now Burrow loses the football.
And this is picked up by the Bears. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week. He's smiling.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will.
That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A big play there for Cincinnati. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now
the pressure gets there and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last.
Now Burrow loses the football.
And this is picked up by the Bears. Look at the big man rumble. The 30.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He's got the first down inside the 10. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Things are rocking easy here in the fourth quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt, and here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Bengals drive about to get going. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. They'll run the screen with Carson. They find some open field here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They go play action with Burrow. And he's going to have the hook up to Ross. A beautiful fake. Whoa! It still won't go down. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Burrow. That's complete into the hands of Carson. Carson the first down and more. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
11.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sag him back at the 36. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. One last shot at the end zone. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more. Reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And the Bears hands team. And now a fumble. The ball's out. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on.